Let's go, baby. Lucid Motors, we finally got our announcement yesterday. Not an actual confirmed day, but that deliveries will start in October. Production is already going on right now. We are setting up for a massive gamma squeeze and a short squeeze, so I really want to go over that with you guys. We have called this out exactly on this channel, so hopefully you guys made a decent amount of money. I know I have as well. There is a lot to cover in this video, so I don't want to waste too much time with the intro. Let's get straight into it. If you guys get any value out of this video, make sure to tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel and sticking around a while, baby. Let's talk Lucid Motors, up 10.35% today, as the markets are pretty much mixed. You have some stocks that are down a lot, some stocks that are up quite substantially. Lucid Motors definitely doing better than most stocks, has really been, like I have said many times, a bright spot in this dark and gloomy market. But keep in mind, we are still at the mercy of the markets, just like we did see yesterday when Lucid was down about 6% at its lowest moment, and then did close the day pretty much neutral, and then in after hours we did see that explosion. But overall, we're getting back up to our resistance level, which is going to be a huge thing if we can break this. Let's pull this out to the 4-hour candlestick chart. You guys can see we are approaching this high that we did see at about $30 per share. That's really where we're gonna have to break out past. As you guys can see back here, the 3 tops that we did see, and right here almost $30, but we did get rejected. So I don't think this rally is over. This is only the start. I'm going to be making a trade on this today. If you guys want to be notified when I do make that trade, make sure to check out the link down below for the buy and sell alerts. We keep it very inexpensive, and it pays for itself over and over and over again. So check that out if you guys do want to. But we are really just trying to get up above $28.39. That is where our high is for the day. We are continuing up into this uptrend right now as we do currently speak. The lowest level, we were only, went down to about 7% positive for the day. So we are overall seeing a lot of bullish activity. And when we do come to the Ortex data to take a look at the short interest, still severely elevated at 10.72%, but that is not what is elevated. What I talk about in basically every video is the amount of shares that are sold short relative to the volume that we see on any given day. 58.16 million shares that are sold short. Considering yesterday's volume was only 38 million, we are seeing a substantial amount of shares that are sold short relative to the volume, and short sellers, if they do want to, have plenty of shares that they can sell short, as the share utilization is at 73.06%. So I do think the short interest is likely to continue to climb. Free flow on loan is at 12%. This is taking into consideration how many shares are actually out on loan from the share utilization, which is 12%, and how many shares have been sold short, which is 10.72%. So I do think there is room for the short interest to continue to climb up to about 12% by the end of this week. As the share price does go up, you're going to see some shorts covering, but some shorts initiating brand new short positions or doubling down on these short positions. Now, the actual days to cover is 3 days, meaning if all of these shares needed to be covered at one time, it would take 3 days to do so. So I don't think you're going to see a huge drop coming in the next couple of days. Not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, or your dad, so ultimately come to your own conclusions on that one. But 3 days for a days to cover is a great sign if you're looking for a short squeeze. Also, with the not the Ortex data, with the actual option chain, that's what I meant to say, you can see the October 15th expiration week. We have had a lot of contracts that have ran into the money, but a lot of people that are also making brand new trades on this. $25 strike at 17,000, $26 strike at almost 19,000, $27 strike, which these are the contracts that are now in the money, 5 pennies into the money at 6,000. Then you're looking at 5,000, 1,400, $30 strike, 17,417. So I think you're going to get a lot of momentum. If we can get close to $30 per share, you're going to see a lot of hedging done by the market makers. So I think we're setting up for a substantial gamma squeeze as well as a short squeeze. Mix the two together, we are going to see explosive prices to the upside with Lucid Motors, something we have been waiting for a very long time, finally coming to fruition. Also, I am going to go over my position in Lucid Motors, what I have been doing, what I potentially plan on doing by the end of the day today. But I do want to play this video from Peter Rawlinson on CNBC last night, going over a lot of important things that you guys need to know. So trust me, you guys will get a lot of value out of this video, and stay tuned till the end because you guys will want to hear what I'm doing with these trades that I'm going to be potentially initiating. I don't know if it's going to be the same exact trade that I do show, but the overall general concept will stay the same. So let's play that video for you guys right now.
Breaking news here on Lucid Motors. Phil LeBeau with the details. Phil.
Sarah, Lucid, which has been planning on this for several months, finally has had an important milestone achieved at its plant in Arizona. The company has begun production of the Lucid Air. As you take a look at shares of Lucid, obviously under pressure with a lot of the automakers and really the rest of the market today. But the important news here is that it has begun production in Arizona. Deliveries of the Lucid Air, by the way, they start late next month. Lucid Air reservations are now topping 13,000. So they now have more than 13,000 reservations for this luxury electric vehicle. Lucid planning SUV production, what they're calling production of the Gravity, which will be an electric SUV. That will begin in 2023 as they continue to expand their plant out in Arizona. Speaking of the plant, let's bring in Peter Rawlinson, CEO of Lucid, who joins us from the facility. A big week for you, Peter. Thank you for joining us today. I'm curious from your perspective, as you hit this milestone and as you map out what's next for Lucid, how confident are you that you'll be able to continue to grow the reservations on the Air and then start to get that order book going on the Gravity?
Extremely confident, because we've accrued over 13,000 reservations to date, and it's only today that key customers and reservation holders have had the first opportunity to actually drive these cars, and they love them. These reservations will explode when people realize just how awesome this car is.
Peter, how often, or how quickly, I should say, will you be able to ramp up your production of the Lucid Air? In other words, a year from now, what do you expect your monthly production rate to be?
Well, next year we're on schedule for producing 20,000 units, and we want to expand that to 50,000 in 2023. But right now, our emphasis is upon quality, delivering an awesome car, a car that our customers will really love, and delivering a luxury customer experience. So that takes precedent upon rushing the ramp up of production in the immediate future. But clearly next year we're going to ramp things up on an S-curve of production.
You clearly have the demand, at least early on, 13,000 reservations. But look, you're playing in a space that already is rare air when you're talking about vehicles over $70,000. And there are a number of luxury electric vehicles, whether Tesla or Porsche, which are already out there, or you look at the new Cadillac Lyriq that's coming out. You have other luxury automakers that are planning to roll out EVs in the next couple of years. Is there enough demand in that luxury space above 70 grand to support all of these electric vehicles?
Absolutely. There isn't a market for electric vehicles as such. That's a fantasy. The market is for vehicles, and that is huge. There's only about 2.5% penetration into that market through EVs. And you know what? I welcome the competition. Isn't it great that Porsche Taycan is there? Isn't it great that the Mercedes EQS is being launched in the US imminently? Then our product can compete and be compared with the very best. I thrive on that competition.
So that was a lot of valuable information that I thought you guys would like to hear. Here's the official announcement 21 hours ago. In the video yesterday, I wasn't necessarily able to go over this because it did come out after the bell. And just some tinfoil here. I think the SEC, just because of what they did essentially when they had said they were going to produce 6,000 vehicles, and then just 2 hours after they announced they were going public with CCIV, they announced it would only be around 500. I think the SEC, a little tinfoil hat, like probably, you know, instructed them to do this after the bell. But there's a lot of other great things on their Twitter that I think you guys should see, especially this one right up here, just showing the enthusiasm around the Lucid Air.
A lot of people are excited because Lucid finally gave them a delivery date for these cars, and a car in particular is the Dream Edition. Now, the date for the delivery is late October, so that's just in a couple weeks. And I just want to show you you inside of this vehicle for a moment so you see how luxurious and how tech heavy it is. So
Got
again,
massagers
this is
in
the
the
Dream
chairs.
Edition P. Now the Dream Edition
Crazy.
comes in two models, the P and the R. Now the P stands for performance because this thing has 1,111 horsepower, and the R, that stands for range. And now it's the R that's really taking the headlines because the R can provide 520 miles of range on a single charge. And that's not just Lucid saying that. That is an EPA range rating that is saying it. So let me open the door of this Dream Edition piece. You can see just how luxurious this is. Now you can see down here, the screen wraps around the dash, and then you have the center console screen as well. And you might not be able to realize it because you really can't see it, but inside of these seats, the driver and the passenger side, there's massage elements in here. So you can get a massage while you are driving. Now, the P, you really don't want to be distracted because this thing goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, and it was just incredible. I just got out of these things and drove it, and let me tell you, the pull was so good. I think my sleeves rolled up. That's how great it was.
Listen to that. He sounds very enthusiastic about the Lucid Airs, and I think this is going to spread throughout other people. Odds are, if you talk to 100 people, probably 1 or 2 people might know what Lucid is and the Lucid Airs and be familiar with the product that is coming out. So I think just a lot of people don't know about Lucid Motors, and the fact they do have 13,000 deliveries and people don't even know what the product is yet necessarily, right? I think that is a huge thing. Whereas compare something like Tesla, everybody knows Tesla, right? So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. Right here, I want to point this out before we do get into my position, what I plan to do as far as trade is concerned. Right here, 37 minutes ago, in quotes, the design is spectacular, blending art deco with creative use of space to give a light and airy feel to a car that has enough room inside to feel gigantic and luxurious. Great things are being said about Lucid Motors. It makes me very happy, enthusiastic, and proud about my very large investment relative to my portfolio. So my market value, $8,157.54. I'm up about $803 today, 10.92%. Total return of about $1,730 or about 27%. This is a long-term investment. We're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I really have no plans on selling this. This would be the last position in my portfolio that I would sell unless it goes to my $200 price target with some wild move. Then I would consider selling some shares to get in on the, the fall of that substantial run. The average cost, $21.46 on 300 shares, portfolio diversity of 23.47%. This has obviously went up a lot. When I initiated this position, when I was break even, this was only about 17% of my portfolio. So it's definitely made a big increase or big difference in my portfolio, at least kept it relatively stable, whereas a lot of other positions in my portfolio have been going down since the overall market has been selling down. We do have hedges that are going on that are winning as well, that we are up 50, hundreds of percent on. So that's also a great thing to know if you're thinking about the buy and sell alerts. We do it all. But I do have a Lucid $40 call that I did sell 3 of these for $43 per contract for $129. I am up $18 on this, or about 14%. Essentially, by doing this, I don't think Lucid will be $40 per share by October 15th. If it is, I will have to sell all 300 shares at $40 per share, and then I would ultimately just buy back in once the price did go down, because I don't think you're going to see $40 be sustained for a very long time if we do go to $40. But it is possible we go to $40, especially with the gamma squeeze and the short squeeze. Getting more volume going into the stock right now, starting to make our way back up as we do currently speak. Now, as far as what I would do, what I'm going to be looking at right after this video, it is 2:25 p.m. I'm going to be looking at not the October 15th, but more than likely the November 19th expiration dates. I want to look at the $30 strike, as well as I might go down the chain, look at the $40 strike, but I will be quicker to get my initial investment back on these, just because they have went up so much in value. Or I might even look at the October 15th, but I will be very quick to get my initial investment back, and ultimately do probably a ghetto spread strategy or legging into a vertical spread, whatever you want to call it, where I would essentially buy, let's say, the $33 strike for $83. If the 34, you know, went to 90 or 100 or just over $83, then I could sell this, collect this money, and then I would essentially have a free trade if Lucid Motors closed over $34, this higher or farther out expiration date by October 15th. I would make $100 per contract that I did open and then ultimately close. If that don't make sense to you guys, look up the video that I did do. I think it's Trading Fraternity's Ghetto Spread. That will clear the air and really give you guys a good understanding of this. So hopefully you guys got the information you guys needed. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. If you do, tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, buy and sell alerts, link down below in the description. If you guys want to support the channel as well, 2 links for free stock, the link for public and the link for Weeble. Do love and appreciate every single one of you guys. It is a great thing to see this finally coming to fruition. Let me know what your price target is down below in the comment section. I pretty much respond to every single comment. So that is going to conclude this video. I will see you guys in the next one.